Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Yeah, the old clock says it's 5 o'clock. Beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Greg's Beer Reviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by. I certainly do appreciate you spending a little time with this old man today. Today's beer, we're going to do another one from Maine Beer Company. This is their lunch, and it is an IPA. I don't know if these guys are doing a New England style beer up in Maine. They're in New England, so they may be producing that, but I haven't had a New England style beer from these guys yet. So I reviewed this one back in December of 2014, and I was really impressed with it. But that was before I started getting my hands on the New England style beer, so I don't know if I'll be quite as impressed this go around as I was with it then. I'm gonna try to be honest. It's not a New England style beer, and they're not claiming it to be, so I'm gonna try to be as honest as I can with this not being a New England style beer. And a lot of times it doesn't tell me, but I am going to step back and take a quick look at Beer Advocate and see if any of their listings lists a New England style beer, and I do not see it. And these guys don't make a lot of different beers. I mean, they've archived 46 of them, and they have current 23. So, and none of them are listed here as a New England style beer, so maybe they're not doing it. I don't have any idea. So it is what it is there, guys. And of course, these guys are in Maine, being Maine Beer Company. This was sent to me by Peter, so Peter, thanks again for sending it to me. It had been quite a while, not quite 6 years, but close to it, since I'd had this beer. It says here on Untapped, our East Coast version of a West Coast style IPA. Intense hop flavors and aromas of tropical and citrus fruits and pine dominate. A subtle malt sweetness brings the beer into balance. And in the pictures I'm seeing here on Untapped, doesn't look like a New England style beer. It's not super cloudy or hazy or looks like orange juice in the pictures I'm seeing here. And that's what I remember about this beer. So, and they put them in these big bottles, so let's get it open and get it into the glass. Yeah, nice amber color coming out of the bottle. And I used to think the West Coast styles guys were catch me out 5, 6, 7 years ago, because I hadn't had a New England style, or it hadn't had my hands on it then. I don't know how long that style has been out, or how long the breweries have been producing it. About a finger and a half of head on that. The bubbles are kind of big on it. They're not super big, but I'm not sure how long that head's going to stick around. It is a nice rich amber color, and I can see the light right through it, guys. Decent looking amber beer. We're going to find out if I'm as impressed as I was with it 6 years ago. Kind of doubt it, but we shall see. To the nose we go. A little bit of pine. A little bit of citrusy notes. And that's about it. That's about it. To me, as far as an IPA goes, guys, in my book, the New England style is at the top of the list. Then the West Coast style comes in second. And then the East Coast style comes in third. So, that's what it is. But that's just my opinion, though. And that's all it is, just my opinion. Yeah, you might think this is the best thing you've ever had. And I wouldn't argue with that. But it probably isn't going to be the best thing I've ever had now. So, let's find out. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Peter. Thank you. I appreciate it, sir. Yeah. East Coast version of a West Coast style. Well-made beer, but not enough hop notes for this guy in the aroma or the taste. I'm pretty sure it's not going to get the grade I gave it 6 years ago. To me, it tastes like an East Coast style, not a West Coast style. Not enough hop presence in this beer for my taste. It is a 7%er, so it is into my go-to beer range, but not enough hop presence. Like I said, the ones you see in my fridge all the time, the go-to beers, Sierra Nevada, Torpedo, comes to mind right off the bat as being more hoppy than this. Let's do the back end pour here. I had their, this is their lunch. I'd had their lunch and their dinner, and they both blew me away at the time that I had it. But that was many moons ago before I started getting any of these New England style beers. So they just don't do it for me anymore now that I've had those beers. But they are a pleasure to drink, since I can't get or buy that style of beer around here. A lot of people are claiming to be making that beer, or that style of beer, but their beers look a lot like this one. I had one from a local brewery Sunday. Said it was a New England style beer. It looked just like this in the glass. I'm going, and it smelled a lot like this in the glass. Just can't get them here. Like I said, I'm probably going to have to make that trip to Richmond, which is a 6-hour plus time spent at the brewery, to pick up some beers. And that's a shame. You have to spend all day to go get a beer. But, you know, it is what it is. And there's a lot of people probably drive that far to Treehouse and Trillium and Vitamin C and a lot of the other places that make those beers and make them very damn well. So, if I could be assured that I would pick up something like that, to be my luck, I would drive all the way to Richmond and they wouldn't have any. Oh yeah, we sold the last 4-pack, 6-pack yesterday, and all they would have would be crap like this, and I'd drive all day long and not even get one. So anyway, it's right out of the fridge, so let's sip on it and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on for a while. Nice lacing is left on the glass. I am not as impressed with it now than I was 6 years ago. It is a well-made beer. It is a tasty beer. But now that I've had the New England style beers, this cannot hold a candle to it. But it's not claiming to be that style of beer. It's claiming East Coast version of a West Coast style. It tastes more to me like an East Coast style than a West Coast style. Some of the West Coast styles are still fairly hoppy. So I don't know what hops they've used in this, guys, whether they use some Northwest hops in it or not, but they didn't use enough for this guy, that's for sure. So not as impressed as I was 6 years ago. So final chug. Tasty beer, but not world class to me now. You may say that's the best thing I ever had. Well, have at it then. I do appreciate Peter picking it up and sending it to me. Like I said, I gave it a 10 6 years ago. It's not going to get to 10. It's going to get A-. 92 for me on this one. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 97. Not going to go there. Over to Untapped, they have it at 4.2. That's about what I'm giving it, 92. So, if you've had lunch from Maine Beer Company recently, let me know what you think. I'm sure this beer is probably the same as the one I had 6 years ago, but now that I've had the more hoppier beers, it just doesn't do it for me. Even though it's a 7% in my go-to range, it's not something that I would probably purchase for myself. So, with that being said, if you've had it, let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.